Hello everyone, and welcome back to another stream. So, welcome back to more This Week in Gundam. So this is episode 3 here. We're going straight into this now. Some more kit stuff that I found. This is by Dream Moon 0914. And this is the Aegis Knight. What it would look like if it was in more classical colours by the look of it. Hey Proof. I'm really liking the colour on this one, mainly because yellow and red seems to go pretty well anyway. So we've got like little white accents. And then a few decals going on over here. Looking pretty nice. It's a good first start to the week here. And then we've got the Senanju Stein, but what would happen if it had the heavy weapons system. This one looks pretty cool. There's not much to say other than, obviously, it's the Senanju Stein with the heavy weapons system. But I think that's the real grade heavy weapons system. I'm not too sure. Either way, looking pretty bulky as usual. That's by Anubis Sin. Then we've got Ichi 8602691 has a landman roadie, but this is custom. This is from IBO. This is all painted up to do like this cool action sequence. Absolutely love the weathering on this and the little light on the eye there. And then we've got the full scene here. I absolutely love it when people do scenes like this. Looks so good. I think that's meant to be either on Mars or on Earth at some point. It looks more like Mars because of the background. Then here we've got the Quanta full wing, and this is by Kirumi 556. And this is like take the Quanta and then just stuff a load of GM bits on it. It looks crazy, but I do like the way that it looks as well at the same time. We've got, I think this is this looks like it's at least 2 Quanta kits with the swords either side. I'm trying to make out all these extra bits here. I absolutely love the colouring here on the extra parts. Blue, white, and green go really well when it's like this. I'm just trying to have a look here. We've got the saber going on both sides, and then what normally covers the GN drive is on the hips or the legs, it looks like. It's the hips. And then we've got what looks like 2 GN sword. Was it 2 or 3s? But yeah, that's a really nice looking suit. I really do like this. I don't know whether this is a real grade or not, but it's a really nice looking build. Then here we've got Minipla. This is a take on the Wing Zero custom. It's a custom color scheme on it. And it looks more regal here. We've got these wings that have this almost like space-looking color scheme on it with like the stars and everything. I really like the way that this looks. It kind of reminds me of the Wing Zero variant that they brought out for, I think it was the Code Geass crossover or something that they had with one of the games. I think it was the Gunpla Warfare game. I think they had a crossover for it, and they had a custom color scheme for Lelouch's Wing Zero custom. Looks a lot like that. That looks really good. Then here we've got Konkatsu Baron has their own take on the Destiny Gundam, but it's using IBO's theming. So what we have here is like IBO's Barbatos mixed with the Destiny Gundam. They've just like modified the face mask. They've put like the Astaroth. It looks like the Astaroth gauntlets on the sides of the arms here. So, oh, the Lupus Rex. Sorry, we got the tail going on here. That looks really long. It's a strange one. This one. It looks very. I mean, I know it's meant to be like this anyway, and it's gonna be stupid me saying it given the theming, but it looks very demonic. That looks incredibly menacing right now. You got the wings in the background and everything. Really do like that. I like the I don't think I've seen the Destiny Gundam in a really dark grey before, almost looking like I think it's the Providence. But the dark color scheme here works really well, making it look very demonic. Then here, Prego Forge has a arms here with God Gundam legs, and then what looks like the Shiki torso and head, and I'm not sure about the backpack. That backpack, I can't quite place what these parts are. I really do love this finish, like this gold finish the entire suit has, though, going with the Shiki theme. They've got like this metallic gold that looks really nice. I really do like the way that's come out. The God Gundam legs work really well with the Titus arms, surprisingly. Let me get a close-up shot of the face mask here in a little bit of a darker shade. I'm still trying to place what the backpack is, but I'm sure either somebody will leave a comment or we'll figure it out eventually. Then here we've got BDUP W7 ZGS NAD 7DY. That's one hell of a username. But they've done some really nice SDs. These are painted up really well, especially because of how crazy and tiny SDs are. I absolutely love this. I think this is a Gyan here. Looks like the Gyan. I love the way it looks. It's got like the wizard theme going on. It's got the staffs here. The coloring on this, like the paint job, is so good. I love the way it makes it look like it's shining. I don't know whether they're using the same sort of material as the background here, but it's looking nice. Absolutely love that. Then we've got a different suit here. This looks like it's a Dom with a giant axe with like these flames on both ends. I love the way this is. They're either painted or lit up, and the reflective backgrounds make them stand out. Then here's what looks like a Goof custom, but it's in orange. It's got this kind of night-looking face shield going on here, and then it's got these very sort of brutal sort of spikes of diamond pattern all over it. That's cool. Really, really like when people do more SD stuff, because you don't see many compared to like the usuals. Then here we go. We got another one by Minipla. I think this is the same. This is the same Master Grade Wing Zero custom, but we actually get to see better shots of it. So you can see on one side the wings are sort of this plain black, and then as you get closer, you can see the sort of very space like stars looking pattern going on. We got a close up here of the front of the frame. We got all these little gold details to break up these massive amounts of black and purple that go throughout the color scheme here. They've broke the arms up a little bit by having them white so they stand out. And there's it with its wings fully closed, so it's not looking too bad. They're looking a little bit plain, but then you got the wings open and everything on show here. It looks so good. I really do like this. The photography for this is really good as well. It shows it off really nicely. I think that's even a custom purple gem in the center there. I could be wrong. Let's have a look. Oh no, I'm right. It's custom. Okay, I really like that. Really, really like that. That's one of my favorites so far. And here we go. Gunpla Photos back at it again. We've got somebody doing what looks like an SD Fenix, but they've put some LEDs in it, and oh god, this lighting display. I actually thought this was somebody else who I know, but I've put later on in the list. But this looks like the cross silhouette Fenix, but they've lit up the entire inner frame with blue LEDs. You can see them running through the action base in the background. This looks so good. Again, I think a lot of these kids benefit with having certain bits of either the frame or their eyes or whatever lit up with LEDs. They just look so nice. But especially unicorn kits, having the inner frame glow like this, just it really, really, really does add a lot to it. You can just see all of this inner frame just glowing against the metal. And the cool thing about this is you get to see, because it's metallic paint, you see the reflection of the blue light just bouncing off all of this metallic paint here. It makes it glow even more. It's really nice. I see something like that on somebody's shelf and go, ooh, ooh, it really catches my attention. Then here we've got the Zabanya 1 to 100 scale. This is by Joseph H. 32 14 96 78. Again, a lot of numbers. I don't think I've seen the 1 to 100 scale Zabanya, but I'm already liking the look of the paint job here. We've got a lot of color separation. Okay, that up close looks real nice. There's some soft edges here, which I didn't really expect, because some of this I've not seen. I've just kind of liked and saved for the show here today, but I didn't expect these soft edges normally with the Zabanya and stuff like that, because it's more of a blocky suit. You imagine it's going to have more sharp angles on it, but they seem to have smoothed them out a little bit. Either way, I'm loving all the tiny details in this suit. I'm only familiar with the high grade, so I don't know whether any of these extra bits are custom, whether it's all custom or what, but it still looks really, really good. Oh, apparently some of it is a garage kit. Okay, that's interesting. So we got all the GM missile pods opening up here, and then let's see, we got some other shots. We got some other shots where it's doing the shields and the rifles at the same time. This is a really, really nice display, but it's also going to be a really, really big display. I can see it's taking up like 3 action bases down below here. Jeez. But yeah, the finish on this is really, really nice. Absolutely adore this. The amount of effort that's gone into this is ridiculous. Quite frankly, it's way above what your average builder can do. That's gonna have had a lot of time and effort put into it, and I love the way that's come out. Then here we've got CTBN BF90, and this is some SD stuff again. Got a lot of SD stuff today. I kind of started noticing that as I was getting everything ready. We got the SD Exia here with glowing eyes, and then we've got I think this isn't the cross silhouette. This is the EX standard, I think. This is the Wing Zero custom with its eyes and core jewel, or like the cockpit jewel thing glowing. And then we've got some chibi artwork of both of them, which looks really nice. And then even better, we've got Hero and Sentinel just hanging out here as very chibi versions of each other. And Sentinel's already eaten all of his Pocky, and Hero's just stuffing it all in his mouth in one go. I don't know what it is, but I'd love to see more of the pilots like this in this style, just because it seems to be really amusing. Especially Hero. Just the non-amused facial expression looks really good. That's the old SD of Wing Zero Custom, says X-Ram. Ooh, thank you very much for the correction. Here's a neat one by Plastic Mecha. This was a Zaku done in custom color scheme. I wish this was around at Halloween, but it was posted on the 24th, and this is a Zaku with a custom color scheme to make it look like a skeleton. The head looks like it's been modified slightly to give it more of a skull look, but it's keeping the overall silhouette and sort of look of a Zaku, just with tiny modifications. I really do like this kind of stuff. I wish it had come out more towards sort of Halloween, and I wish people had put like lots of effort into trying to make the suits look more Halloween-y. But yeah, I picked this one because it looks real nice. Really good. Then here we've got FSM RVQ UXW WQNHCL, and this had me interested because everybody's going snowboarding and stuff, but they're all in Gundam costumes. So what we've got cut off the side of the screen here looks like it looks like Shard Zaku because it's in like red and pink. Then we've got a Gelgoog here, and we've got the Gundam with the Gundam hammer. I don't know how this is going to go in terms of snowboarding. Does look amusing, though. I think we got Waddles in the background here. Or one variant of Waddles. One of Waddles' ugly cousins. Yeah, I'm loving the Gelgoog and the Gundam up front there. Yeah, I feel like this is an event that that they all went to because the costume in the background, which is nothing related. I feel like it's a costume skiing snowboarding party or, sort of a special event. That's a Zigok, yeah, I'm just trying to remember. Here's one that I've been keeping an eye on for a while. This is by Riku Ruri 13, and this is a very, very complicated Cubile here. It's a crazy build where they're going all into detail with the panels. They've been putting this together for a while now. You can just sort of see the amount of detailing here on the binders. But it's the same with the entire body. So this is kind of like when I showed off the Hainu in the last video that I said was incredibly detailed. You can see underneath here, like all the skirts and everything else. It is so detailed right now, and it's not even got the arms on. I want to see this when it's finished. I don't know whether it's master grade again or not. It probably is. But yeah, the level of detail some people go to, in terms of panels and everything else is absolutely insane. Then this is one that people have been posting a little bit recently. I've got two versions of this. This is by NEHIKP1KALE1U3Q, and this is some more custom Gustav Karls. So this one is the Virtue version. The thing is with the Gustav Karl, it's becoming one of those suits that I really like purely because most color schemes seem to work on it. I like this Virtue one because all they've done really is take the Virtue's color scheme and then a couple of the parts off it, like the cannons, the bazooka, and the shield emitters, and they've just put them on the Gustav Karl, and it just works. It works really well. But then of course we've got different versions, like we've got the Raphael, which has the full Seraphim, not the Seraphim, the full mobile suit, the Seraph V2 on the back. And they've just painted it slightly differently. And then we go through here. Here's the GPO2 Physalis version. I've got another version of this that shows it a little bit more in detail, but they've done a little bit of modification to the legs here. They've included the missile pods. They've put the binders or the boosters on the shoulders. And then they've got two of the radiator shields and slapped them on what looks like Thunderbolt style connections onto the backpack. That's a really neat idea. And then of course we've got the gun cannon one, which I think I showed off on the previous video, which I really like because it's just taking the gun cannon and making it look a little bit more chunky. Got a little bit more chunk to it. Then here's one that was going around on Discord that Nugs posted, but I'd already got it on my list for showing off. This is by Nozomu Nakai, I think. Hope I pronounced that right. But this is a work in progress. This is the custom, one of the custom suits from Re-Rise, one of the bad guys at the very end. The Arch Gundam, I think it was called. But yeah, basically the custom Arch Gundam at the end, or the armor for it that's being made. This is all custom by the look of it. All done out of either plow plate or resin or something. Really, really love this just because of the effort involved. It's like, well, if they won't release these extra kits for the it wasn't the core Gundam, it was, what was it, the Alice core? If they're not going to release the armor, we'll make it ourselves, Shinju says, how did those arms hold up the radiator shields? Honestly, I don't know. Empty says, recoloring can go a long way to make it look different to some. Oh yeah, yeah. It's just like, it depends. I feel like the more effort that goes into recolors, the better. Ryuki Sky Knight says, how's it going, Moody? Is everything alright with the YouTube problem? Short end of the stick is we had to give in on it, and And yeah, yeah, I'll go over that later on. I went over it in a stream before. Uh, Little Valley or Little 0809 showing off a narrative Gundam here, a narrative Gundam paint job, but the difference is that the frame here is colored in differently. It's got this really nice metallic look to it. Absolutely love the Psycho frame here. It really does shine loads. I've seen people do this with red and green, I think, but the blue really does seem to suit the narrative. It makes it pop. Just the white on blue makes it look really clean and just works really well. And then they've included what looks like a Jester. Is that a Jester machine gun? Oh no, it isn't. Actually, it is, but it's highly modified, like a grenade launcher underneath and stuff. And then they've got obviously the Unicorn's Gatling shield here, and then what looks like a bazooka on the back. I'm not too sure. See if they show a back shot. Yeah, it is. Okay, so we've got the what looks like the Unicorn's backpack, and then a bazooka there. Overall, I really love how this is done. They've even included metal thruster bells there. Looking really nice. Really love this build. Here's an interesting one. The Turn X, but in like petrol or gas looking coloured paints. You know, you've got this sort of like purple seeping into what looks like an orange or a red, but it's all done in this highly reflective metallic paint scheme. It looks so good. I know I say this for quite a lot. These streams turn into me just saying, "Oh, this looks so good." "Oh, wow, this is so great." But I mean, most of these are also my first time actually checking them out properly, like I was saying before. So you're getting my honest opinion and reaction out of all of these as I'm doing this. Honestly, really love the metallics here, especially because of how glossy they are. The paintwork looks really good and works really well, how it fades in with each other, and the white decals also make those segments just pop a little bit more. Plus, it's the Turn X. How many people do a Turn X paint job? This is by Wheezavy, I think. Yeah, Whezavy. Yeah, loving that Turn X. Turn X is a suit where you don't see many people do customs of. And then back to Gunpla Photography here. Absolutely love the page. We've got the Cervantes Caliber, as they call it, or the Burning Hurricane Gundam. This is a play on the God Gundam, or the God Gundam's color scheme, and similar looks, but on what looks like a strike, or a mixture of the strike with some custom parts. I might be flicking through a little bit too fast here. So we've got the Stargazer ring going in the background. That's meant to be the energy ring for the God Gundam. I think it might be the Freedom, but without the wings, because of the I think those are the railguns. And then the shoulders, they've just added really big thrusters to it by the look of it. And then edited the arms down here. I'm not quite sure what they've done with the arms. We even got a katana on here. What do you think of the Wing Zero Rebellion crossover? Oh, I mentioned this before. It's pretty interesting. I don't actually mind it. I like the color scheme. But yeah, then we got the lower portions of the legs here. The thing is, out of all this build, I really do like the color scheme for obvious reasons. You know, I really like the God Gundam, so I like the reference. The only thing is, I think it could have used a little bit of a lighter grey, and I know that's me nitpicking, like, really badly, because I couldn't find anything else at fault with this. It looks really spectacular. The only problem is that when I think God Gundam, I think more light colours, and when I think more darker greys, even if it's only splitting up little bits here and there, I think more stuff like the Providence or the Legend, you know, where they're more of a dark colour scheme because they're an evil suit, you know. So I don't quite think that worked out for me. As a way to separate colours, yeah, but nah, could have been a little bit lighter. Either way, it's a really fantastic looking suit, this. I really do like it. And then on the other hand, further down here, we've got the complete opposite. But before we reach that, again, we go back to the guy that's making all the Gustav Karl modifications, and we get to see the Gustav Karl, the GPO2 one, but without its radiator shields, but instead it trades those for 2 nuclear bazookas. It's crazy, and it has 2 missile launches as well either side. Really love how this looks. Like we were saying before, it's a custom paint scheme and some decals that seem to work really well. But yeah, if you wanted double the nukes, then you've got them. You know, double the nuke power, as Empty Soul's saying here. And just flip it over here, we can see the GPO2 label here, the Anaheim Electronics logo, and then we've got some small white decals and grey ones to break up the surfaces and give them a little bit more detail. You can even see small decals along the barrel of the nuke launcher. And then there's it with 1 nuke launcher and the radiator shield. And apparently no connecting points on the backpack for the other radiator shield. But yeah, they've got all these decals going on here again. I'm not sure. This has got to be the high grade, because I don't think the Gustav Karl's in any other scale at the moment. I could be totally wrong. But yeah, that's the Gustav Karl's again. Done for the day, I think. And then here we go. Gunpla Photography again. This is the complete opposite of that God Gundam build. So we've got the Hurricane Master Gundam by the same person, which is Jamichael Ong, I think this is pronounced. So this is his take on the Master Gundam, which looks like it's mixed with the Barbatus Gundam frame. Oh no, it's the Bile. It's the Bile because of the wing. So I like the way he's planted these 2 color schemes on completely different suits here. What's funny is the black and red with the Master head actually works really well on the Bile. Plus the wings. Can we get a better shot here? There we go. So we got a close up. It's got all these yellow decals to try and break up the surfaces a little bit more again. But I think he's going a little bit too overboard here when you look at the full thing. But yeah, the Master Gundam's head and arms, well, the shoulders at least, with a little bit of the wings on, really does help with it at first. Because honestly, it looks a lot like the Master Gundam anyway, just when you look at it from a distance, and then you start looking at the individual parts, and you start seeing like, okay, this arm's totally not what I'm used to. Wait, is that an IBO suit? And then it's like, okay, the legs definitely look like IBO. We can kind of make it out here. And then the big giveaway is the Biles wing thruster thing on the back here. Big giveaway. If you weren't already looking at all this. The hand claws. No, the Master Gundam always had a set of hand claws when you look at the other set of his... Well, throughout the different kits that have been released, you always see his hands are more pointy. Very similar to the Devil Gundam. The Devil Gundam as well has very pointy and brutal hands, or claw-looking hands. And then we've got a custom re-rise Gundam. This one looks so much better. This is by Soyu 0069, and this looks so much better than the limited version that they brought out that I made a video on that I said I had a problem with because of the colors. At least on this one, the colors, there's like different golds going on here instead of the highly reflective one, and then they've obviously faded like what looks like either a gold or a yellow into a much lighter gold or a yellow here to break up certain parts and give it that little faded look going on. They've got some pieces of the debris floating around in the background to make this, well, is basically a mini scene on an action-based pop. They've got the giant spell circle at the back. It's just so good. This is a really good representation of it, like I said, compared to the base kit that everybody was looking at that got launched, where it was all in the usual curry sort of gold that they put out. Yuki Sky Knight says, "Oh, let me ask you, what do you think about the Metal Build's Lightning Striker Gundam? Basically the strike with the lightning pack." I don't think I've seen that. You're going to have to post that to me, dude. I'm not familiar with it, so I can't comment on it. There you go. So, Gunpla Photography again. Always love this stuff. The modeler is Andrew NG here, and this is weathering is on another level. This is a gym that's been destroyed, and they've gone to a lot of trouble to make it look like it's been beaten up. So the first shot here, we can see like the legs have been blown off. We got wires hanging out all over the place. Arms have been blown off. Front skirts have been damaged. Shield's been damaged. As we get another look at this, we can see we've got some more battle damage. We've got some burn marks here and some beam marks where it's been hit. We've got what looks like a melted shield, and I think that might be a broken faceplate there. I love the way they've gone really crazy with this. There's another gym underneath there. Hey, Devasia. Again, we got all these wires coming out. I love the way they've suspended it on a metal rod here so they can make it look like it's floating above this asteroid. Kind of reminds me of GBO2 space missions a little bit. Oh yeah, they've broken the visor plate here. They've just tilted it to the side. That's a pretty cool way of getting that effect. Like one of the vents is hanging off a little bit. Really loving this. Got pretty consistent shot damage across the shield there. Reminds me of when they sold damaged mobile suit versions back in the day at stores. Don't think I'm familiar with that, to be honest. Like, I've never really seen any damaged suits be sold, but I really do like this scene. It looks really convincing. It reminds me of all the times of playing like Dark Space on GBO2. Somebody's comment here on Twitter is when the jazz is too much, and then the one underneath it just says poor Jim. Poor Jim indeed. Gunpla Photography again, or yeah, this is the Papillon Zero apparently. This is another build of Wing Zero Custom, but this is interesting because it looks like it's using the same color scheme as the Phantom from the Crossbone series. It's like a green with white accents and then red in little bits here and there, and then we've got these different sections going on in the back. It's like the Kshatriya's binders. Doesn't look like it there. I might be completely wrong here. Oh no, there's the Kshatriya's binders. So what's the deal with the backpack then? Because it's got... I don't know. Hang on, let's flick through this again. So the Kshatriya's binder thing is clearly there. I just don't know what's going on here with this backpack bit. Ryuki, send the pictures on Discord, please. I love the colour scheme, says Shinju. The Phantom's colour scheme is basically this as well. It's really neat. Are those custom... There's some custom bits here, I think. There's like the skirting looks like it, and the knees look like it a little bit. Looks like a blooming flower with open wings, says Eggsram. Yeah, you're right there. To be honest, when you look at it from here, it kind of does look like it's emerging from a flower, kind of. I'm not quite sure what's going on with the backpack, but it doesn't really show a reverse shot. At least I don't think it does. No, it doesn't. Stops there. Huh. Interesting. Either way, a lot of effort going into everything here again. That is... a crazy amount of detail. I'm starting to see like all these custom parts that have come in here. It's a lot of work. Then we got some artwork here by Kuri Gillespie, I think this is. Or no, Kuri Gepi, I think. KURI_GIEPI. This is the turn A, activating the Moonlight Butterfly. Loving this artwork because of all the glowing effects and stuff we got going on here. Now we got the turn X doing the same thing. More turn X today. It's cropped up like what, twice? Then we got the original Gundam going through what looks like a battle. Don't know whether that's an explosion in the background or not. And then we've got one of Waddles' ugly cousins again. Absolutely love how menacing this looks, because all the lighting is really focused on the mono eye, and then the rest of it is kind of slowly getting illuminated by it. Absolutely love it when the artist takes time to put that much effort into to make stuff like that look like the glow is real like that and affects everything else around it. Love all this detail as well, like all this really techy detail on the inside of the mono eye. Like they've really paid attention to it, like the rail system that it's on. And then we've got all these vents around the front. I'm not going to say that's the Jagu, because parts of it look like the Jagu, but I'm not quite sure. It's the one we affectionately named Hentkai, wasn't it? Or Tentacles. GBO2 Tentacle Monster says X-Ram. That was it. That was it. Yeah, Hentkai. I know it's not the proper name, but I'm just messing there. We've got other stuff to get through. So here's an interesting one. If only Ultras was around for this one. We've got Yuki KNBK has made a custom here for the Core Gundam. And this is looking a lot more like a Braves series. I think it is a Braves reference. I just can't remember off the top of my head. Somebody can correct me here. But we got the Core Gundam here in this crazy color scheme. And then we got these bits of armor that look very Brave-esque. Almost like Gao Gai Ga, but obviously not Gao Gai Ga. And then we got him forming together, and bang, there's the full suit. Riki says, I DM the photos to you. Oh, I know, man. I'm just saying, like, because I'm doing this stream now, I'll check after it. Yeah, I'm really loving this. It gets a lot more creative with the Core Gundam and stuff. I like the way that everybody's taking a different sort of approach with the Core Gundam rather than just making Gundam themed armors for it. Gavion. I think I've pronounced that right. Probably butchered it, to be honest. And then we've got some shots here with a rifle. And then one with a sword. Really do like that. Really love the way they got that from the Core Gundam. And a bunch of other like bits put on and modified slightly. It looks like the Mars armor mixed with the Core Gundam, maybe the Earth 3. I'm trying to pick up other parts here that I can kind of see straight out the gate. Interesting combination though. Really love the creativity in that one. And then here we've got, these are continuations of stuff that people have already probably seen. This is Willow's second. I think they've done stuff like this before. I've actually featured a little bit on GB3 ages ago, but this is Kamen Rider style Gundams. Here's Decade with the ride booker, the deck driver. Love all the details on this. The actual base unit though, I'm not quite sure which one that Gundam's meant to be for the base of this. Because normally they take a base suit and then slap the Kamen Rider theme on it. For anyone who's familiar with it. For those who aren't, you'll just be like, wait, what? What's going on here? And then here we've got a version of Decade without any of the colouring on him. It looks a little bit sad, that one. The Extreme Gundam, says Devasia. Ruki Skynight says, Kamen Rider Gundams, yes! Yeah, there are plenty of other ones that are like this. This one is Kuga, I believe, if I remember rightly. I'm trying to remember Kamen Rider. It's been a while since I watched it. But yeah, I think it's Kuga because of the colour scheme here and the detailing. And then we've got what looks like the... oh, it's Decade using Kuga's cards. By the look of it, because you can see Decade's armor on the back hanging off. Pretty interesting. That one looks... the shoulders look like they're based on the Strike a little bit. In fact, the legs are based on the Strike as well. No, this is probably just the Strike with a very different set of armor on in certain places. And then there we've got just what looks like the base of that drawing where they started going from. But yeah, really good artist. Absolutely love the Kamen Rider themed stuff. Like I said, I've just not seen Kamen Rider in a while, so it's a bit hard for me to remember stuff. And then here's something that's going to show up quite a bit to the end of the stream here as we're getting on, and this is Minipla, or like the mini Gunpla, and this is by this is going to be lengthy. PPP 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 QQQ, and this is a incredibly tiny Rick Diaz, and this is all painted up as well. You can see how small it is. They've done like the glowing mono eye on it and everything. There are a couple of these that I've put in because of the scale of them, the amount of detail somebody has gone into to paint them up. It is just absolute insanity. When I saw these, I was like, "Oh my god, Minipla! I need to feature these in this." So that looks really, really good. I think they've done a front and back. These are painted, I think, by hand. I could be wrong, but like with brushes. There's another one that I've got in here. I mentioned her in one of the other streams that I did, where I said like there was one YouTuber that I watched that does everything by hand and with a brush and gets a very similar look, and it looks very similar. They took the time for such tiny Gunpla. Well, it gets better. It gets better. There's still more of that to come. Here's Exam 6 System 116 with an action scene with a Zaku in. This is a Zaku looking like it's going through water in kind of like a forest area. Reminds me of the 8th team. Like a scene from the 8th team. They've got I love the way they've got what looks like the water. It's probably just resin or something cast in it. But it looks like it's obscuring the feet and making the feet look bigger underwater like you normally see. You get all these ripples on top and what looks like petals as well. Absolutely love it when people go into detail with the scenes that like around the kits, not just the kits themselves, because we've obviously got this really nice weathering and panel lining and stuff like that looks fantastic like normal. But I'm loving how this all comes together here, like with the right lighting. It almost looks real. You know, you can see the shadow of the tree going on, the Zaku here. You can see the, like, between the leaves here. Oh, it's so nice. Then you've got some obvious battle damage going on. And then if we skip back to the full scene, it's looks like it's reaching for a Stemfast behind it or something, or it's got a grenade. It's just reaching for it as it's kind of crouched behind this tree waiting to pounce on somebody. So good. So damn good. The amount of effort and time that's gone into all of this stuff so far, but especially this. Yeah, this is my favorite so far. Then we've got what looks like mini stuff, but it looks like HGUC. I don't know. Yeah, UC Sentinel. HGUC Sentinel. For a minute there I thought it was mini because of the thumbnail. But I really like the way that this looks anyway. Nice and clean, lots of panel detailing all over it yet again. Not quite familiar with Sentinel as I am with some other stuff, but it's a big suit. Big bulky suit with the beam smart gun. Really do like the way that this one looks. Loving the panel detail. This has got to be custom. They've broken it up. They've used like two different blues by the look of it at least. Then they've done all these little panel details where it looks like it. And then they've broken up the last little bits with the grey and the very minor decals. Like decals are an art form in their own, I think, in that you can overdo them really easily and everything starts looking stupid when you do that. But if you just place tiny ones on here and there, sometimes it can make the kit pop just that little bit, you know. Really depends whether you like them or not as well. I tend to put them on the kits just very sparingly. Mainly because I get like a couple of real grades every so often. So when I get them, I'm just like, you know what? I could try to sort of almost trying to get as much money out of this as possible in terms of not using all of the real grade decals and then using them on other kits. But yeah, placing too many of them makes everything look real stupid. The shoulders are modified since they're normally fat, says Proof. Also, the dioramas look great, says Exram and Proof. Yeah, the Sentinel, the S Gundam, the main suit of Sentinel, with the Alice system, I think it is. That was just recently in GBO too. Here we got one by, I'm trying to not butcher this, Masaka Dokun. And this is some high-grade stuff. But he's put them in the natural habitat. You can see him in the background in scuba gear here just slightly. But yeah, underwater suits actually underwater. That looks like he's picking up a rock there. Then we've got one climbing this rope. I absolutely love that shot. It looks really fun. We've got some other shots here in the comments of this one. Let's have a look here at the comments. That's a crabby boy. There we go. We got him surfacing and coming out of the water almost. I love that. We got like this this ring of bubbles going around him, like a halo. That's so cool. We got some other shots here. I love this sort of low light from underneath, but like really bright from above from the sun, because it reminds me of some of the scenes that they'd use in like the anime or something to really make everything look dramatic. That one almost looks like Sonic when you run out of oxygen. You know, you get the death sequence for Sonic. He kind of pops up on screen and then drops down to the bottom of it. See what else we got here. We got some more dramatic lighting. I think I might have just shown this off. I'm not too sure. There's him going down towards the bottom. Oh my god, that looks so good. How have they got that working? Because that's clearly lit from inside. Unless it's all waterproof. That looks so good. It's such a simple thing. Just go underwater with one of the suits that is from underwater and make it look even better. Slap a light on, put in some dynamic lighting, and then away you go. Oh, it's between that and the Zaku diorama, that just really, really makes my day. Oh, that's even better. That's even better because of the lighting in the background and the shadows in the foreground. It looks so sinister. Seriously, I'm really loving these shots right now. Ooh, he's gonna get you. He's gonna get you. Loads of shadow in the foreground. That's like one of those sequences where there's like a gym down here or something and he's popped up, it looks all menacing, and then one of these claws is just gonna go straight through him. Really, really loving the sequence of all these series of photos that are in sequence. Here's one by Mr. Finfunnels, Saber from Fate Stay Night, or just the Fate series if you're familiar with it as a Gundam. This one I can't quite figure out how they've done. I imagine like these swords are from actual Fate Figma or whatever, but the actual kit itself, I'm not too sure. It looks like it's a mix of, say, like the Noble Gundam for the head, and then what looks like Wing Zero for the arms or something. I'm not too sure about the torso, or even the side skirts here. The side skirts and the legs might be from the, what is it? The rival Gundam from Build Fighters Try. The other martial artist style suit. Trying to remember it. I've got it. I've got the actual kit of it. I just can't remember what the name of it is. We got the Wing Zero Customs wings here. Is that Mobile Doll May? It might be Mobile Doll May's face. Trying to remember what this kit is. There's... come on. The Denial Gundam, that was it. Because there were a couple of variants of it. It's a really nice use of the Denial Gundam's legs there, because it looked like it had heels. Like really crazy, almost feminine style heels. But it's all covered up by the obviously extended waist skirting. Really do like that. It's really cool piece. It's a shame they've only got one photo of it here, but that looks real nice. Not as good as the diorama stuff or the underwater stuff, but it's still nice. Nice and creative. Here's one by Ebi-Chang RNC7. And this is the perfect grade Zeta Gundam. And oh my god, the color scheme on this. What is it? Amuro Ray Custom. Okay, so we got a little bit of a lighter blue on the Zeta here. And then it's mixed with little bits of dark blue. I don't think I've seen this variant of the Zeta before. Like, I thought Amuro's Zeta was like a pink color or something. Could be wrong. That's from the Fate series. Oh, I know about that. Yeah, I thought Amuro's... Was it Amuro's Zeta was pink? I'm trying to remember. I'm loving this perfect grade, though. I didn't even know there was a freaking perfect grade Zeta. I know they've done a lot of perfect grades, but... Okay, this is a thing. I'm loving all the... as I'm looking here, trying to look for all these details. I'm loving all the colour separation here between the white and the light grey, and then we got some dark grey towards the bottom of the legs here. It's obviously mixed in with the two colours of blue here that are dotted throughout the suit that really break up everything. The white unicorn Zeta Gundam, says Exram. No, it was like white with purplish pink, like Ryugi Sky Knights just said. I don't know what that was from. All I know is it's like an Amuro variant because of the, well, his logo on the shield. If I remember right, it was either on the shield or one of the shoulders. Okay, I love the way they've broken up the back here by having a little bit more colour going on. That's looking nice. And then they've thrown... I don't know, they've thrown one too many decals on the backpack, really. It only really needs, say, maybe these two, and then maybe one or two on the side, because they've got, like, extra 1, 2, 3, 4... Hell? Phone spying on me again here. They've got some decals on the legs. Well, looks like... I don't know whether that's custom. See, because I don't know much about other perfect grades other than, like, the original Gundam in the red frame. Maybe the Wing Zero custom. I don't know whether this is custom pla plate that's been put on for extra detailing in certain areas. Either way, it's a lot of effort that's gone into it. Got to appreciate the level of effort and how clean it looks as a finished build. I'm really loving that color scheme. And then here we go. I think this is Minipla again. I could be wrong. This is Shin 1. And this is, yeah, it looks like Minipla. This is a mini Violent by the look of it. Just the craziness of this. It must have been done by hand. But I'm absolutely loving this Violent. I think it's the Violent custom. But yeah, this is the same one that appears in Unicorn. I love how it's been painted by hand, because painted by hand can be a pain sometimes, and also can kind of come out messy if you're not careful. This looks really nice for painted by hand. You know, one of the reasons why I use spray cans is because spray cans do not look too bad when you use them. And when you get in light coats and just going over things nicely. But hand painting can go bad real fast. You know. So using spray tins is normally an easy way to cover up any flaws, but this is so good. Loving the amount of detail they've got in here with like the pipes and everything else. They've clearly gone in with like a mini brush and painted all this in to get all the details out. The white unicorn is the name of Ambrose Zeta, says Exram. Ah, right, right. Okay, I get you now. And then this, it's the same Bylent again, I think it is, but it's from another angle. We got more of the glow on the head camera and stuff. Looks like it's got a little bit of almost like a pink or purple shading on the photo here. I don't know whether that's intentional or what, whether that was sort of what they were going for, or whether it's on the photo, or whether it's on the actual kit itself. Strange. Anyway, we're getting to the end here. We got this one. This one is by the Chavez Network, and this is Gundam Hunter Ashtray. This is like a Bloodborne take on the Ashtray no name. I already like the obvious asymmetry or one-sided armor and one side isn't from the no name, but then they've given it a gun and then like made the switch axe from Bloodborne by the look of it, and then give it this kind of really dark, almost monotone color scheme, and made it look rusted and beaten up, and like put blood all over it by the look of it. Looking kind of edgy, but at the same time, I like the theming for like Bloodborne and stuff. Really, really cool. I just don't know how they've done this axe here. I think this must be like an IBO weapon, and then they've just customized it or something. Because I'm sure that big block was not part of the IBO weapon. Because I swear one of the IBO weapons was like tiny, almost like ice picks. I could be wrong. But you can see the joint there, so the switch axe can actually just flip out completely and work. So that's a really cool themed build, that one. Really do like that one. Getting to the last couple here again. We got another diorama thing. This one is more Votoms, obviously. This is a scope dog, but this is one in water. I really love this diorama. Originally, I thought it was a Zarko in water, which is why I picked it. But either way, I'm loving this sequence, especially because of the way the scene looks like it's just sort of washing up on the armor and stuff. As it's sat on a beach. Really loving these dioramas today that were included. Really, really nice. They've all got a lot of effort put into them. Loving how they've done this. I can't remember, there was a tutorial that I saw online for doing waves like this that looked really nice. Gonna have to look it up. But yeah, the scope dog looks reasonably rusted and worn out a little bit, or beaten up. Just here and there, looking as if it's gone through a little bit of weathering, and then you know, all these nice waves crashing against it. The water looks real. In some shots, yeah. Is that a Zaku flipper, says Blitzkrieg. No, it's a scope dog from Votoms. It's an accidental pick. Here we go, so, AO06, by the look of it here. Also goes by Roku. They've done the Snow White Prelude, completed using the base from the RG Wing Gundam. I'm not so much a fan of Frozen Teardrop for obvious reasons. It tends to come across as like bad fan fiction, but really, really liking just the craziness here of all the wings and these. I think they're like funnel weapons. I'm not entirely sure. We got the shield that's on the back. We got some gold paint going on here. Not a lot of people use gold like to accent like this. Got some nice colour separation between white and grey going on around the centre of the torso, although when your primary colour scheme is white, you're going to have to do a little bit of colour separation if you don't want it to look completely bland. These must all be custom. They've got to be custom. The question is, how many suits did they have to sacrifice here to get these wings? I think it's going to be like 2. Just put more wings on it, says Empty Soul. Yeah, that tends to be the case with Wing Zero Custom. It's like, if at first you don't succeed, just put more wings on it. It seems the case with this design. I think it was this one or just a normal Snow White that's been hyped up forever, but everybody started joking and saying they'd not actually done a full design for it because it's just the Wing Zero custom all over again with some add-on parts. It looks heavy, says Exram. Yeah, I imagine it's gonna be heavy. That's why it's got these what looks like extra thick supporting mechanisms on it. It almost looks like they're bolted onto the action base as well rather than the kit. I could be wrong there. Here we go. Here we go. Sanuske, the YouTuber that goes by the I'm not gonna even try pronouncing all of this because of how crazy it is. It's a number of letters and it's a large number of letters and numbers. She's one that I watch on her YouTube channel. She does all of this work with a pen by hand, and her videos are sped up, yeah, but they are so good. She uses a lot of like light coats and does a lot of experimenting before finishing stuff, but I love the finishes she gets, how she kind of does this shading to make it look as though the light is reflecting off it when there's actually no light source on it other than natural light. You can see here she's sort of highlighting certain surfaces to make it look as though they're reflective and have some sort of light going against them. Love how she does this. She started off with like figures, I think, and other stuff. I could be wrong. She's done figures. She's done like Kamen Rider figures before in the same style. And then she started doing it with Gundams. It looks really good. I love her art style. But yeah, this is the original Phoenix, not the cross silhouette one. Or at least it didn't look like the cross silhouette one, and then I just seen the extra joints there, so I tell a lie, this is the cross silhouette one. So again, this is the second one today that has had something crazy going on. We got one with an inner frame that's glowing and one that's fully painted up like this and looks real nice. And then the last one here, this is another piece of artwork. This is by Takamaru, and this is what it would look like if you had the Alex with IBO style art, design going on, and half of it has Chobam armor. I only just found this recently, but I'm loving the art style. It's like that SD, very sort of stylized, clean, loads of panel lines, loads of techie detail on it. It looks really, really good as an art piece. Maybe the Chobam armor looks a little bit too complicated here and a little bit, I don't know, too busy on this side of the suit compared to this side, but I'm still loving it. I'm loving the oversized Gatling in the arm here. I'm loving how, because the sort of IBO aesthetic we got going on, we got the torso pistons here going in, we got the more angular, almost violent looking sharp edges to it in certain places. I'm really, really loving the style. But yeah, he looks like a complete badass, as Proof has said. Just trying to look what else we got here. We got the feet that look a little bit more violent. You can only just see that on your screen, but the feet look a little bit more violent because they got a little bit more angle and point to them and a little bit more what looks like support. We got this this piece of leg armor here that looks, again, real sharp. Got the shield hanging off the shoulder here. It's like a bazooka, and then two swords from IBO on the back. Really, really do like this style. It really sort of suits this. It's not exactly SD, but it's not exactly sort of the normal scale either. It's very squat is the best way of putting it. Are those Barbatos katanas? Yes, they are. I love the way also we got the belt fed Gatling on the arm here. I just noticed it. Like the one from the original source material, War in the Pocket, it doesn't have any ammo that's external like that, but that looks badass, just having the belt fed ammo there. Trying to see what else we got going on before I call it, because this is the last one. No, I can't see anything else apart from the Alex name up here. It's just very tiny, but it's on the head crest. Almost looks like a double O style head thing they've got going on here with the full-on crest that sweeps all the way back. But this specifically, this area looks almost like something out of double O. Crazy. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed. That has been what, an hour looking at stuff on Twitter again. That has been another week in Gundam with people retweeting all their artwork and videos and everything else, and it's all really good. If you liked any of this and you're on Twitter, be sure to follow these guys, you know, because they do really good work, as you can see. So, yeah, apart from that, I thank you very much. Please go give all of these people the attention they deserve, or at least drop them, you know, like a like or whatever. They are all really good and well deserving of it. I'll see you on the next stream, and until then, thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye!